Hello everyone, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I'm here to share my entries into Myra, who is craftyrats, her 1,000 plus Subbie giveaway challenge. She's asked folks to make a little stocking about 8 inches or smaller, as well as a couple of holiday cards that she's going to be distributing at a senior center. So first off, I am not much of a sewer. So I was hesitant to do the stocking, but Myra is such a sweetheart. I just love her to death. And I knew I wanted to at least try. So I took a little remnant fabric that's double-sided. I'm sure one of these is supposed to be the main front side, but I think they're both beautiful. And this was a remnant that I believe I got from Melissa D several years ago. And it's one of those little sample fabrics that's for upholstery, and I think it's a discontinued fabric. So I believe she is an interior decorator, and I haven't seen her on YouTube in a while, but I've been saving this fabric for a special project, and I thought this would be perfect to make a stocking. And then I decided I was going to make my own little stocking template, and I wanted a little upturned toe, and I decided I was just going to hand draw this out on a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper. And this is the stocking that I made, and I think it came out really sweet. What I did was I put both sides together like this, and then I just cut around the paper template, leaving about 1/4 of an inch seam allowance all the way around. And then where, there were going to be fabric kind of bunching up, I just notched the excess fabric so that it wouldn't get too bulky. And I did that around the areas that were kind of curved like this, like this. The inside curves is where you need to do that more. And like this pointy toe. Cut that all out, and then I sewed all the way around with my sewing machine, leaving the top part unsewn, and then flipped it inside out, and then sewed this top part so that the inside flipped over would have a clean edge. And then I hand sewed on a little bell for the toe. I added some little trim for the edge, and that also hid the unevenness of the edges there. And then I had these beautiful crocheted flowers. I don't crochet, so these flowers are all from Cheryl, who's Deli Girl 1961, and Brenda, Little Raven. And I hand sewed these on. I sewed 2 on here together, one with a little button. This is actually 3 crocheted flowers stacked together. This is a double flower with a button in the middle. This is 2 flowers, and then I had a little applique left over, so I thought that might look pretty as kind of like leaves. And that's it. So not super fancy, but this is very fancy for me. And Myra, I hope you like it. And then for the holiday cards, I made these 2. I used the Essentials by Ellen. This is called Elfed, and it's a set from last Christmas. And I stamped out this one and this one actually so that I could tuck these guys around some white poinsettia flowers that I just printed off the internet. I backed it with a gold paper doily. I added gold stickles, and then I used an embossing tool to add some dimension to the petals of the flowers. I heat embossed with gold embossing powder, the sentiment. This one says, "Embrace your inner elf." Same here. And then it's a little bit different. This one I put on a corrugated card base and then backed with some polka dot vellum. And this one I embossed with my die that I had picked up at Tuesday morning, and then I distressed inked with black soot just to highlight the embossing. And then inside I kept it simple. I stamped out one of the other sentiments. This one says, "Have yourself a merry little Christmas." I love puns like that. And just use some little scrap pattern papers that I had in my scrap box. This one has some gold foiling on it. And so does this one, and I use the same sentiment here. So those are my entries into Myra's challenge. You still have plenty of time to participate. I think this challenge goes through the end of October, so lots of time to play along, and I love that she's collecting cards for seniors. I hope you guys are having a wonderful crafty day. Thanks for watching.